I homeschool the children here, and we've always homeschooled here. And as part of their schooling, I decided to give each of the children $100. They had to start a business with that. They had to do something that was going to make that $100 more. Gracie was the first person to come up with an idea. And she saw some flowers online and she loved them. We didn't know anything about them. We didn't know what a dahlia was. And she bought these plants with her $100 and she planted them. And now, 3 years later, we have nearly 4,000 plants, and we run a pick your own every weekend, and we serve high teas and the girls give tours, and we have retirement homes coming, and it's just like kind of gone a bit insane, but it is a beautiful way to live. And yeah, and she's made more than her $100.
There we go.
So there's a heck of a lot of work that goes into producing the flowers. The job that Simon and I have taken on is enabling them to achieve what they want to do. The whole idea about doing a pick your own was their idea. I would never have chosen to do that, but that's how it's gone, and the kids are thriving on that.
Can I get one jar? We'll come back for food later.
Yeah. Here before, where we grow all of our flowers from seed, and each one is completely different.
We'll cut it right above the third set, not way up here, because this will just create a home for earwigs, because it'll go all dry. See how this has gone dry?
Yes.
It was never the intention, but now our whole entire schooling comes from this Dahlia business. So every single thing, all their maths, their science, their language, everything comes from running this business. And so now we're bringing in the art section, which Minnie loves the art section, and then Gracie has decided she's got this love of photography, so we're bringing that through, and Lexie just loves talking to everybody she meets. So that's where, you know, the pick your own and the group bookings and stuff have come, where she can talk to all these grandmas and show them around and pick flowers for them.
It's probably still a little bit long. What do you think?
A bit long.
That good, Lex?
Yep, that's good.
Well done.
Thank you, Mum.
Well, I'm impressed he doesn't have a calculator.
Good work. Thank you very much.
Actually, thank you. I didn't have to do that.
No, you didn't have to do anything.
But even if it was 6 years,
That's spot on.
All right, is everyone here?
Do you want a lesson on how to cut your dahlias?
Do you have a favourite type of dahlia?
We like the cactus ones.
Oh, they're my favourite ones.
Yes, cactus is actually the best.
Yes. If you're deadheading,
Yeah,
where would you deadhead?
same way as you would flower. Cut a flower.
Oh, okay. So you get rid of those as well?
Yep.
Yes, just to allow it to have a...
No, so you cut
Yes.
quite deep.
Right down.
Right, so we've not been cutting deep.
No.
Yeah, we just take off the top, right? Yeah, so that...
Yeah, so we just take it, we're leaving the...
We call it decapitating.
Oh, right. Yes.
Hang on, put your baking powder in first. Well, what's half and half?
half and half equals 1,
Yep.
so 5.
Just one. Our decision to homeschool, or my decision to homeschool the kids, especially as a single parent, wasn't really taken the best. My parents didn't really like the idea, but they didn't say anything. Actually, my mother-in-law gave me a book on homeschooling, and when I first came to New Zealand, and it just sort of sparked something, so we ended up finding a way to be able to achieve that. And I had to work out how we could make money, how we can still live at home, how I can make that work, because, you know, you can't, not everyone can just stop work, right? So, yeah, but if you want something, then you're going to be able to find a way to do it. So we live really frugally to be able to achieve what we do. I'm just going to write A, B and C, A. Because what happens if you write vinegar and all those things on it? When you're looking to see which one's the winner? I don't know. Well, if you had chosen plain water and you knew it was...
Then we'll say that one. They
might sway your judgment onto which flower looks the best, mightn't it? Mm-hmm. So it's all got to be secret.
So it's all going to be A?
Beautiful. A beautiful A. What do you have to do when you're doing a science experiment?
They've got to be all at the same stage, all of the same type, all of the same amount.
How are you going to work that one out?
I'm going to do...
So 2 sugar, 2 baking soda and 2 vinegar.
No problem. I will give it a shake.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Right, what is next? Vinegar.
1, right?
Now do we put the flour in now, or do we put the flour in all
Over
the
each.
time at the
1
end?
and 2.
So I say we leave them for 5 days.
Well, we'll just do it day by day and see how long it needs to be, because one of them might just last for 2 weeks and we'll be on to a winner. And then we can sell flour food, packet sugar.
Or fresh water.
They've obviously got to know the basics, right? But if you teach a child to have a love of learning and understand how learning works, then I reckon that they can learn anything they want to do when they need it. And if they wanted to, learn how to do a spreadsheet to record their data from their science experiment, which we actually need to do soon, and a graph and everything that goes with that, then that's what they'll learn at the time when they need it. But, I mean, Gracie didn't learn to read until, 8, 9, but I was a little bit worried. I'll admit, I was getting a little bit worried because she had zero interest in it. But we just sort of left her to it, and she actually taught herself to read. And now she loves reading. She reads every night. She thrives on it. I have to tell her to stop reading because it's, she could do something else. It's just seeing that process work and giving them that love of doing something, because if they hate it, they're not going to do it.
Nice. Purple ugly. What have been called
Rosy salmon with a tinted glass sheen to it. Hold them up to the evening light. It casts a strange sheen over the world.
I guess the thing about living like we do is wondering what your kids are going to be like in 10 years' time, in 20 years' time, and is it going to work? Because it's a huge gamble. If it doesn't work, then what's going to happen to them? Was that my fault? Like, are they going to hate me for that? I think that you'll never know. Even if you put your kids in school, you wouldn't know, right? So as long as they're really happy with what they've done, and I think that they are at the moment, and if that changed and they decided they wanted to be a vet or they wanted to be a pilot or something that required some other form of education, then that's great, and we'll go down that route when it comes to it.
So we can't claim anything's the best until we've done it 3 times at least. So we'll be doing it a few more times with the same amount of stuff and all that. And if we get the same results, then we'll be able to claim that letter C, which is sugar. It appears to be the best at preserving the flowers. I don't think that when we do arrangements will be putting sugar in the water though, because it's going to be a bit expensive. So what we've learned from this experiment is that D, which is baking soda, appears to kill it very, very quickly.
I guess the biggest thing I've learned through watching my kids homeschooling is that if I give them time and space, they'll find something to do, and it will always be educational. You know, make your kid bored and see what they do, because they'll surprise you, right? They always do. They always surprise you with something. Yeah.
Yeah. 116.
That's about right.
So the loud's got a sag. You see the sag there?
1170.
117, right? Yeah. And I did 102.
So what I'm trying to work out is the percentage of what you can jump of your body.
Yeah, so the percentage of your height
Yeah.
Total.
that you can jump.
Yeah. So you get the height of your body and divide it by the height that you can jump, or is it the other way around?
It's going to be the other way around. It's the height you jumped over your total height, because you're only jumping a certain percentage of your total height.
I'm confused now.
If you think about, say, a piece of pizza,
Yeah.
and you're having one slice out of two slices, how would you do that?
So 1 out of 2.
Yeah, what percentage would it be? So 100%, all of it, or would it half of it? Yeah, you want your height you jumped, divided by your height, So the little one divided by the big one, and then you get the percentage of what you've got. So go and write that down. And
So
see
the
what
little
the
one
number.
divided by the big one.
See what numbers you come up with, and then do Lex as well.
Oh, I think she's grown a bit. L, what's the date?
Is that really your handwriting, Simon?
No, I did it with my toe. Oh, there's a pencil one there. Oh, there's an old one.
Shrunk, no?
I shrunk.
No on that.
Oh.
Yep. And then 1585.
Yeah.
And then you get these two.
Yep, those two. But you've got an 8 next, so what happens? Remember when we talked?
Oh, that one goes up one.
That goes up,
So that's
it goes up
74.
to 74. So what's that?
74%.
That's 74.
Lexi's 1 harder than me. Hi,
1% more. So Millie can jump 74% of her height, and you can jump 75% of your height.
And when they give Danny,
I'm going to go practice some more.
Was that a first and second place, Rosette?